Welcome everyone to Snickers and Prettycraft Season 3. Though the first two seasons were never recorded, I've always wanted to try the YouTube thing, and what better occasion to try that than the start of a new season. So hi, I'm Spood, and I'd like you to join me on this YouTube adventure as I try to learn the ropes of video making through some friendly survival Minecraft gameplay. Let's jump in. Hello, new season. Well, I mean, new for me, first one for you. Yeah, so this is pretty much where we spawn. Well, we actually spawned inside that mountain there. You saw that clip in the intro, but this is where we are. I've been running around a little, and I think I found a spot I want to settle in. So let me talk about my goals for this season while we get there. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this season. I want to try a new style new for me this season. I want to go with a really detailed builds and try some heavier use of vegetation, which is a style I don't really do usually. I usually do more angular builds and, you know, really square shapes. So I really want to try to push myself to go a little bit more organic. And the spot I chose, it's right around the corner here. I want to try to make a kind of, I want to say a grove, or I don't know, something really it makes you feel not trapped, but maybe a bit cramped. Like there's a lot of stuff all around you and lots of vegetation. So this is the spot right here. I want to settle down on that little bump right there in the mountain. I really like it. I think I can make a cozy little house there. But first, I need to clear it out. Alright, now that it's all cleared out, I only need to go gather a few resources to put my starter house on top of this hill. So let's go do that. Okay, now that I've got all my materials, it's time to start building my little starter house. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And there it is. Now it's a fairly simple house, but I really like the design of it, the colors. I really like the contrast between the dark oak and the birch, and also the blue against, or should I say the orange against the blue. I think these colors work really well, and also the bamboo porch with the little stilts. I really like that, but there's only one part I don't really like, and it has to do with the acacia trapdoors. They have big holes in them, and I think it's kind of annoying. It's kind of ugly, or at least it doesn't look practical. So I want to try to replace them with the mangrove slabs, just so that they don't have the holes, and the colors will still match. And also, I can probably hide this blue strip. I don't really like it. I think it clashes a bit too much. But before we do that, I really want to fix a little problem with this big dirt overhang here. I want to build a big rock cliff face here that I think will look really good against the mountain. It'll do some variations in color, and it'll look like the house is on a little bit more stable grounds than just a dirt mound. Let's go! So, I'm gonna start this build by just laying down a rough shape in stone. This will allow me to quickly get an idea of if I like the shape or not. what I'm going for here is a curvy cliff that flares out at the top and bottom. I find that starting out with just the shape and doing texturing afterwards is just so much easier because it allows you to see what needs adjusting at every step of the process. So you don't go too far before you know you have to change something. Now, one downside to this area is that I get constantly harassed by drowns. And this stone sword is really not cutting it. Now the shape is coming along nicely. I think it needs to be just a tiny bit more indented in the middle, and it needs a little more meat at the bottom. Ugh, drown again. Since this build is so close to the water, I want to incorporate a lot of moss. So I need to farm a bit of it, just so I can craft myself some mossy cobblestones and bricks and all that. I also want to use some leaves and vines, but I live in the jungle, so these are literally everywhere. Okay, so for the detailing, I tried to make the top of the cliff a little bit more interesting by placing leaves and vines to try to cover up the transition between the stone and the dirt. Still a bit flat for my taste though. I also used some moss and mossy cobble to try to make it look damp near the water, and I just used a bunch of different textures in the middle to make it a little more interesting than just simply the stone. So, now that the detailing on the cliff is done, pay no attention to the chest monster behind me. Oops, just gonna... Hello there, that's a bit close. I'm gonna go and head over to the shopping district. Fred84 built a whole subway system, and he wants to show me how it works. Let's go! Okay, voiceover spoon here. So, I'm the only one who records on the server, so I'll have to explain all of this myself. Basically, Fred built a whole subway system, and he sells monthly passes for it. The way it works is you place your 12-inch subway pass in this here box, and it'll give you access to the station. Now, the station isn't decorated yet, so pay no attention to the walls. Once in the station, you get your pass back from this chest, and then you're gonna need a minecart to ride, but you're also gonna need a minecart with chest. That minecart with chest is for a piece of paper with the station you want to go to written on it. All that's left to do is hit W and you're off. Man, I tell you, that subway system is so cool. It's not the fastest around, but it's hands off, so you can, go grab a cup of coffee or whatever while you ride. It's pretty neat. But returning to my house here, I'm starting to develop a little problem. See, I've been doing a lot of fishing recently, like a lot of fishing. If we take a look here. Yeah, see, I got over 3,000 fish. Yeah, that's due in part to me procrastinating making this video. The fishing on its own is not really the problem. I actually managed to get some pretty decent enchanted tools with that. So I got two mending books, and silk touch for my pickaxe, and looting 3 for my sword. So I'm pretty happy with that. The real problem is actually the rest of it. So all the fish, all the bows, and the rods. They're all in these barrels here, and they're starting to stack up, and it's taking way too much space. So to remedy this, I'm gonna make myself a cave, kind of like a secret pirate booty hiding spot. Though it's not really gonna be secret, I'm just gonna dig it out of the wall right behind me. Alright, so it's gonna take a while to build, so I'm gonna throw you into a time lapse. Let's go! there it is. I just put the finishing touches in, and I love the look of this cave. This little bridge over here with the waterfall behind, the little dock where I can park my raft, and the texturing all over. I have never done texturing like that, and I really, really enjoy it. And of course, the reason I built this whole thing, this little cute storage room over here. I'm gonna put all my fishing loot in there. And speaking of, it's time to move all of it. We're ripping it out. Let's go. Alright, now I've got to be quick. Alright, put the boots in here. Saddles in here. Let's go for rare loot over here. And why not bottles? Alright, let's pick up some more. Oh, I can put some in the raft. Oh my god, that's a mess. Oh my god, I think I might not be fast enough for this. Quick, quick, quick! I just want to keep everything as like a proof of how much fishing I did. Which, at this point, it's kind of a lot. And I think that's the last of it. Alright, we're good. And that's all the moving done. Alright, let's go over to the shopping district. Got a little trade offer for someone. So let me tell you how this deal happened. One day, while playing, Top Shoe asked the server not to sleep, and all of us, curious, asked him why. Top Shoe then answered, "I'm fighting drowns so I can get a trident." Now, I'm constantly fighting drowns at my base, and it so happens that I already have a trident, but it is super damaged. So, being the wonderfully good-hearted person that I am, I said to him offhandedly, "I have a badly damaged trident if you have mending," and that was not very cash money of me, offering the trident for nothing. But Top Shoe totally thought I was proposing a trade of a mending book for a trident. So he went, "Yeah, sure, let's meet in the shopping district." And that's the story of how I traded a mending book for a trident. Now, to some of you, that might still not be quite stonks enough. A mending book for a trident. But you gotta understand, this season, I decided I was gonna only use organic and ethically sourced enchantment books for my gear. This means straight up buying them from a villager trading hall is not really an option, although his probably was. It still feels better to have traded it properly with another player. But while we're riding on back to the base in the sunset like that, I think that's gonna be it for me for this episode. It's been fun. I tried to make it not too cringe, but some cringe is basically guaranteed. I'm just starting out. I haven't quite found my voice yet, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and see you, well, next time an episode comes out. Alright, goodbye.